This is how to replace your elevator head, shaft, sprocket, and bearings on any flagship combine. There will be lots of talking in this because I'm not going to show you how to do it. I already did it. I will talk you through it. So if you don't want to watch it, keep scrolling. Here's the tools you'll need. Hammer, punch, 5mm Allen, 4mm Allen, a 16 wrench, 18mm socket, 16mm socket, 13mm wrench, 13mm socket, flashlight because these combines are black and very dark, and then optional, if you need it, a big puller and a 1-inch socket for your big puller. First things first, when you replace these shafts, you gotta get that paddle chain out of there. You don't have to, but it will save you from losing fingers. See, I still have all 10 of mine for now. But if you can do it with it in there, it is a pain in the ass. You gotta wire the chain up. So it's easier just to take it out. But to get that out, take your drive belt. See, it's flopping right there. That rides up against that idler right there, and then goes onto your drive pulley. So you pull on the bottom of the belt, throw a pair of vice grips up in that tensioner. Then you can spin your chain all the way to your connecting link, pull your connecting link out with an 11mm wrench. It'll pop right out, and then pull it out the back and just start dragging and try to keep up with the chain. And when that chain starts to speed up and kind of thump 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 all the way down the elevator, get your hands out of the way. It's coming down on the ground. Then you will loosen this tensioner up. You don't have to. You can pull on the chain and do it like that, but I always just loosen it up. Loosen it up, and then you don't have to take it off of anything up here, right here. Just that sprocket up there. Take it off, set it down, and that's all you gotta do. First, you're gonna start with that panel right there. There's 2 bolts there. The bolt that comes in this way, you're gonna need a long extension to get you out to about here. I'll show you. Just to get you past the elevator, you're gonna need a long extension, and you can reach in there and pull that bolt out. Should be a 10mm head. Then, if you have a manual tank topper like this, it is a lot easier, it goes a lot faster. Then you can come up here. This is an 18. Pull your sprocket off. 4mm set screw, loosen that. A lot of times this will come off with your hand. Otherwise, if needed, get a big puller. Then, make sure you keep track of your shims, how many they were. Then you will pop your collars off here and there. And you can pull your flanges off, and if you need to, you pop your flanges with a hammer and you'll pop that outside off. And lots of them, most recently, I've been able to slide one way or the other, get one side of the bearing to come off, and then you're gonna pull the shaft through, catch this with your hand. It will go tumbling down your elevator one way or the other. Catch that, these 2 sleeves, so one here, one here. Catch all that, and then you can pull your shaft out and replace it. Then you do everything in reverse order for putting it back together, obviously. Always lock your collars opposite direction of which way that shaft is going to be turning. And here's why we replace these. See how this is kind of cut all the way around it? All that's gonna do is wear that chain out. And every time it kicks in, that's a hard explanation, but see that chain sits in here, and it just every time bites into the shaft. And all that slop is not good for it. Now, these shafts usually are like a 2-to-1. 2 sprockets to 1 shaft. You can reuse these shafts. This one could have been reused. Customer opted to just replace it all, so we just replaced it all. But this shaft would go bad if this starts to get cut, which it is. There, you'll feel a little lip here, and then as you can see here, the gold. So this is where those spacers run, right here, and right here, spacers run there. Sprocket runs here, and then obviously your key's in there, and that key's gonna rock back and forth too, and that's what cuts this shaft up. And that's why you see the gold here and here, because that's where that sprocket was cut into that shaft. So it's not much. You'll be able to feel it. It's an obvious difference. I'll see if I can find one in our shop here that's bad. Couldn't find the shaft that's bad, but that sprocket is bad. If your sprocket looks like that, it needs done 2 years ago. Then the easiest way to put your paddle chain back in is find your ending link. Okay, so this chain, this is gonna come up the back side of that and then fall back down. Hopefully my camera movements didn't make you dizzy, but it made it make sense. So do not tie your rope to this link. You can if you have 2 people. If you're doing this by yourself, tie either here or here. Give yourself some room, and then you're gonna throw that rope up and over. So it's gotta be long enough to come down to the bottom of your boot. And you're gonna tie the one end here, and then you're gonna pull it up you're gonna pull up this side. That side's gonna come up the elevator until you get to that sprocket, and you're gonna feel it get real hard, and then you're gonna have to kind of back your rope off and then give it a yank, and it should catch your sprocket. It's not fun, but it will catch your sprocket, so make sure you have a good knot, because if you don't have a good knot, that's going to come crashing back down. Get a good knot, give it a nice yank, back it off, and then you should jump over your sprocket. You'll know, because it'll come a lot easier once you're on the backside. But that's probably the hardest part of all this, is trying to get that paddle chain in if you're here by yourself. If you have somebody else, it's a lot easier. Another thing you can do, I'll show you, if you have a junk chain laying around. Don't do it to a good chain. They're expensive. Is make yourself a chain. Take all the paddles off, and then we cut actually every other or every 2 something right here. We cut them off. So that chain is super. I know what you're thinking. You're like, what the hell is the point of running that up with a rope when you gotta do it with that other one anyways? Because that chain is lighter. So you still tie it in the same spot, give it 3 or 4 links. And then that chain, I mean, when they're light like that, you don't even really have to back it off like I was explaining on that one. You can just pull real hard once you get up there, and it'll jump over that sprocket. And another thing too is, if it doesn't catch that sprocket, it's not a huge deal. Like if it runs besides the sprocket, like if you have a chain like that one tends to run beside the sprocket, that's fine. Get both of your ends down on the bottom, and then run up top and just grab a hold of the chain and set it on your sprocket. It's not that bad. And finally, thanks for watching. If you didn't like the video, let me know. If you want me to actually show you how to do it, let me know. I would like to do that. I would rather show you guys how to do it, but I didn't think of making a video till halfway through it, and I wasn't gonna show it halfway through it. So on the next one, if you guys want me to start walking you through stuff, let me know. I think it would be kind of fun, but sometimes I get busy and I forget to turn the camera on. So that's most of the time why I just walk through what I did. And I don't want to give my secrets away. Why would I do that? Then I wouldn't have a job. But no, if you guys didn't like the video, let me know.